These are two smartphones that are similar in some ways and different in others. At first glance, both of them look like slabs, but this guy folds. The Phantom V Flip, the Techno Camon 20 Premier. Now, what makes the two of them similar is that on the inside, they're both powered by a Dimensity 8050 chipset and have 8 gig RAM. So in terms of performance, you're looking at two phones that are very similar. They differ in form factor because the V Flip, a foldable phone, which is longer when opened up like this, but also much more compact when closed like this. And you'd probably imagine that I think this is the more convenient of the two phones to use. Actually, you're wrong. This is my preferred for daily use. For everyday use, this just works so much better than this. Now, how do I mean? This is more compact in the hand, feels like um, it's just more joyous to use for me. And as you can see, I have large hands, you know, but for some reason, I am much more comfortable with phones that have a smaller display. As soon as I open this up to use, it's a bigger display than this. My thumb cannot reach to the top of the phone, when I have it in one hand, while this can't reach to the top of the phone fully either. It's much closer. With this, it's much more difficult to get to that top when in use. So the trick is that when not in use, the Phantom V Flip is actually the more convenient phone for me to carry. I can put it in my pocket, put it in almost any bag, any pouch, and it's so convenient. But in use, when opened up, it becomes a little bit more tedious to use, and I find it, let's say, unwieldy. This guy, on the other hand, it fits into pretty much every purse, wallet, pouch I carry as well. But that smaller screen just does it for me. And that's it. I am not sure that there is any great and mighty advantage of having a foldable phone for me. I won't even touch the bigger book style folds, the Galaxy Z Fold, the Phantom V Fold, those bigger ones. They're too big for me. I won't even go there. I mean, for review, yes, I'd review them, but it's my personal daily driver. They'd never work for me. They are simply too big. When folded, they're too big. When opened, they're too big. I don't like big, bulky phones. I like my phones compact, handy, and this does the job. The 6.67-inch display of this is still a little big for me though. I'd prefer if the display was 6.2 or 6.3. That's my sweet spot. I really love that. But 6.67 with the tiny bezels, well, usable. This, I grown to use it when opened up. I really grew. that may sound funny and odd, to hear, but I really grown to use it when opened up. Here's the difference in sizes. I like the fact that it's thinner than the Camon 20 Premier, and I wish the Camon 20 Premier were this thin. This thin and this maybe a little bit shorter like this. The width is fine. Both of them are essentially, there's very little difference between their widths. So, like I said, the slab just works better for me in everyday use. For a fizzy and for making an impression, nothing beats this. You walk into a meeting with this in your hand, you need to take a call or you need to check a message, you flip it open and you instantly get the attention of people. And in some cases, knowing Nigerians and maybe people from some other parts of the world, you also earn, some false sense of respect. Not like I care, but for those of you who care, if you want a phone that you can use for a fizzy and to grab attention, yes, this does it. You can't go wrong with this. But in terms of performance, the Camon 20 Premier also, while the processor and the RAM are the same, the Camon 20 Premier has a slight performance edge. I guess some form of optimization, was done well here or not done well here, whichever it is. But that's beside the case. Assuming that both phones match one another, battery life, camera, performance, everything, which of these two will I find more convenient to use on a daily basis? I'll take the slab. I'll take a compact slab any day over a foldable device. Yes, I'm weird. Tell me something I didn't know. It won't be the first time of hearing that kind of a thing. So over to you. Are you sold on foldable phones? Would you prefer to use a foldable phone on a day-to-day basis compared to a slab? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you next time.